Hi there. I hope you're doing well. Here it's cold, it's raining, but it's okay. I have my little tea to reboost me. Look, it has a little quote. The truth lies beyond the superficial. What do you think about it? Well, I admit it to you, the title is a bit provocative, deliberately provocative, since today I would like to insist on these mistakes that I hear every day as a French teacher, really recurring mistakes, and I would like show you how you can correct them. Of course, I'm not sick of hearing those mistakes since that's my job. My job is to listen to your mistakes, so there's no love it problem. But still, if you can avoid them, we agree it's better. Don't forget to activate the subtitles as usual in French, in English, or in your language. It can help you. Here we go. We start right away with the first error. The first mistake is I'm fine. No, that doesn't sound good. When someone asks you, how are you, they use the verb to go. How are you? Going. So you also have to answer with the verb to go. I'm fine. I know it sounds weird, and it would make a lot more sense to use the verb to be to talk about a person's emotional or physical state, but no, we French people prefer to use the verb to go. Great. So when we ask you, how are you? How are you? I'm fine, I'm bad. It can happen too. I don't wish it for you. Or simply, it's fine. You don't take too many risks. It's easy. It's fine. Second error, I am 25 years old. I am 40 years old. I am 15 years old. There it is, the same error. You use the verb to be. Because probably in English, if English is your mother tongue, you use the verb to be. But we don't want to do things like everyone else, so we use the verb to have to talk about your age. Yes, it's weird, but we will say, I'm 25, I'm 40, I'm 15. Third error. I visit my friends. Ah, this one, it hurts my ears. I'm visiting my friends. No, you can't visit your friends. You can't visit your grandparents. You can't visit your sister. On the other hand, you can visit your friends, visit your parents. That's better to visit. Remember this rule. You can't visit a person. It's as simple as that. You can't visit a person. On the other hand, one can visit a city, a country, a museum, an apartment. I visit France. I visited Paris. I visit a magnificent apartment yesterday. I visit my parents. I return visit my grandmother. Yes, I often visit my grandmother. 4. Take a good look at these 3 words, little quiz, little test. What are the 2 points in common between these 3 words, friend, company, school? You have 10 seconds. Okay, these 3 words are feminine and they begin with a vowel. So you can't say my friend, my company, or my school. We must change this possessive pronoun by my. We use a masculine possessive pronoun, my school, my company, my friend, because if there are 2 vowels, it is not possible, my friend. It is too difficult to pronounce for us French people, you understand. It's much too difficult. On the other hand, if there is an adjective, for example, my dear friend, my little school, or my beautiful company, there is no problem. We can put my because the adjective starts with a consonant. We are halfway through this video, so I remind you to subscribe to the channel, come and be part of this little and now big family, and like the video, leave me a little comment. Telling me that you appreciate my work always makes me very happy. 5. I know this music. Yes, I know this music. I know this film. It does not sound good. I know this music. I know this film. It is very common to confuse know and know. Don't look at me like that. I'm sure you too are guilty and you've already confused knowing and knowing. Well, yes, of course. I made a video about it right here, which further explains the difference between know and know. I'll explain it to you quickly. To know is generally followed by a noun phrase. I know Nellie. I know this girl. While to know is followed by a verb. I know how to speak French. I know how to ride a bike, or a subordinate clause such as who, what, where, how, when. I know you like French. I know you like apples. We know why Paul is late. 6. Negation. Often you forget the second part of the negation in French, and that's not possible. Sometimes when we speak, we remove the first part, I don't like French, instead of I don't like French. But we can't remove the second part. We can't remove the not, I don't like French. So it can also be more. I don't like French anymore, or never. I never liked French. But you still need 2 parts. Of course, it's an example. I know that you like French. If you look at this video, it is that you like French, I hope. 7th error, I lived in France for 10 years. Where is the error here? The error here is for. we must say during. I lived in France for 10 years. Why? Because it is a duration that is over, it is in the past. You can use for when you talk about a duration in the future. I'm going to Bali for 3 months. I'm preparing a more specific video on this subject. I'm going to explain the difference between for, during, and since. But remember this small example, quite personal, which I think can help you understand. I lived in Toulouse for 21 years. It's over. I've lived in Paris for 4 years. I still live in Paris. I'm going to live in Bali for 3 months. In the future, I'm leaving for 3 months. 8. You forget the contractions and often the elisions. Elision is the disappearance of a vowel. You often know it's the E when the other word begins with a vowel too. For example, the plane. No, it's the plane. I like, I live, I live. In English, I know that some contractions are optional. For example, you have the choice between I am or I'm. But this one, in French, it is obligatory. The elision is obligatory in this case. I like, I live, the plane. It does not mean anything. 9. He is my friend. Ouch, 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 ouch. He is my friend. If you're a loyal subscriber to this channel, you're hearing the error here because you've already seen the video about the difference between it's and he's. You can't say he's my friend. You have to say he's my friend. Again, you can go see the video I made on this subject. In summary, it is followed by a nominal group. This is Paul. This is my friend. This is an artist. And he is will be followed by an adjective. He is French. He is handsome. He is nice. 10. The last error. I have many friends. No, I have many friends. Why? Because after many, there is always D. I have friends. I have many friends. She has books. She has many books. This is the case for many adverbs of intensity or quantity, lots of, few. Here we have seen the 10 most recurrent errors in French. I'm starting to think about a special video, pronunciation errors, specially dedicated to pronunciation. Tell me if it might interest you. You tell me in the comments. Now you have no more excuses. If I hear these errors, if I see these errors, I will never forgive you. Please subscribe my YouTube channel. See you soon in a next video. Take good care of yourself.